Morning, good evening, good afternoon. How you doing this fine day? It is July 21st. I was going to talk about just one movie today. I am unable to find it. I had it yesterday. But I was like, no, I'll set it here. I'll talk about it at a later date which was going to be today. It's called Watch Out, We're Mad, starred Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill. I want to say that's the one with the buggy. I think. I was gonna watch it, wearing this shirt, Bud Spencer. But I thought it was still in the stack that I did yesterday, because the stack I did was like, this tall. I have another stack on top of that it has the Dean Martin, the Dean Martin roast man of the hour type from the show thing that he did. I think I have the one where the Muhammad Ali roast, where Billy Crystal comes out and does, "It's me, Howard Cosell. No one's talking about it. Yeah, Howard, I'm the greatest." Does a little back and forth. And I don't know if the edits were like from the same thing or something different, but they'd cut to Wilt Chamberlain and he'd be like, Howard Cosell, yeah, man, and everybody on the panel, the dais. But there wasn't Watch Out, We're Mad. So I'm like, I was sure I had it out yesterday, is the thing. And I was like, I'll set it here. I checked the other stack that is by my radio of the DVDs. There's the Avengers Endgame, Christopher Titus, Happy Death Day to You, Transporter the series, I think, was still there. In the other stack, I had the Quantum Leap television series, the books, Bill Murray's Big Book, the Big Book of Bill Murray. I had the Super Troopers, Danny Deck chair, but I could not find Watch Out, We're Mad, starring Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill. I'm sure it'll turn up. I just, I thought it was in the one stack with all the ones I did yesterday. It's like I had the stack here, then I was like, okay, put this stack on the bottom because these are the ones I did. The ones that I didn't do, I put on top, going, okay, I can do these tomorrow, or some point in the future. How are you today? Everything all right? Fremont Lee here. Views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the person saying it. Hi, how are you? Hitman 47, Hitman Agent 47. Probably wasn't the greatest movie. It was a decent story. I never played the video game. I believe it was based on a video game. The ultimate killing machine turns rogue. Turns the tables on the sinister organization that's out to create an army of unstoppable killers with his DNA. Teaming up with a mysterious young woman, 47, uncovers secrets about his origins and faces an epic battle with his deadliest foe. Also starring Zachary Quinto, this gripping film is a Bond and Bourne rolled into one steroids. Oh, rolled into one on steroids. I wouldn't say it sucked. It probably wasn't the best, you know. I believe it was a direct-to-video movie, which isn't always bad. It isn't always bad. If you recall the Buzz Lightyear of Space Command movie, it wasn't of the computer thing like Toy Story and all that stuff was, which it wasn't supposed to be. That was supposed to be the movie Andy watched that got him into Buzz Lightyear. Can I get a Buzz Lightyear, Mom? So I think that was supposed to be the movie that got him into watching Buzz Lightyear and liking the doll toy. You are a child's plaything. You are a sad, strange little man. John Ratzenberger did the voice of Ham. Jim Varney did the voice of Stretchy Dog, Slinky Dog. For the first two movies. The third one, Blake Clark did the voice. But yeah. Sorry, I'm still like, what the fuck is Watch Out, We're Mad? I was certain I had it set aside. I wasn't going to go out yesterday. I ended up going out and talking to a friend and then ordering a pizza and bringing that home. Transporter refueled. Again, it's not Jason Statham. I'm thinking this was supposed to be like a prequel. I almost didn't care for it. Excuse me. I mean, like on the series, he plays Frank Martin. This guy in this one's playing Frank Martin. Ed Skrein. Which is in Deadpool, which I'll be talking about in a minute. Oh, look, a connection. I mean, I'm upset that I can't find I wasn't able to find Watch Out, We're Mad. I don't know if that'd be irony. I'm upset. We're mad. I just. I don't know. Bad Boys 2. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. It's a follow-up to the movie Bad Boys with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence and Tia Leone, who played the witness. Tia Leone. Tia Leone is not in this movie. There were a couple of great scenes in this one. My favorite was the Bad Boys. What you gonna do? Give me a second. It was like right. It was right there. Then it kind of like. Ooh. I mean, it was my favorite scene. It was my least favorite scene. um, in the movie, the sister of Martin Lawrence's character is kidnapped by the bad guy. Takes her to wherever that U.S. law has no jurisdiction, which and then there was like, and there was nothing we could do. There's nothing they could do. Nothing. So Martin Lawrence is like, man, this is bullshit. Goes off into the office and kind of like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Will Smith follows. It's like, dude, we're in this together. Whatever we decide. Bad boys for life. We stick, we live together, we die together. Bad boys for life. And my favorite scene is like a special unit, whatever, task force, some whatever. They come in, and that's my favorite scene. They come in, and it's like, we don't know you, but you look like you're about to do something stupid. We'd like to help. That's my favorite part. The least favorite part is when the guy walks in and does this, and it's like, you come in, you're looking all tough. I think that was supposed to be like the pose move. Like they come in, it's like, he couldn't come in and go, let's go, and my hands on my hips. It wouldn't have probably flowed well. I uh, Agatha Christie, the Death on the Nile. What was that David Niven? Peter Ustinov, Jane Birkin, Lois Charles, Betty Davis, Mia Farrow, John Finch, Olivia Hussey, I.S. Jar, George Kennedy, Angela Lansbury, Simon McCorkindale, David Niven, Maggie Smith, Jack Warden, Angela Lansbury. Betty Davis. It's a good whodunit. Simon McCorkindale was on the television series Manimal. It was where a guy could turn into some sort of animal. I'm not sure if it was like a lab experiment gone wrong or what, but it's like, ew, I can turn into an animal. Watch this. I can be a private detective. Okay. It was. Sorry. Death on the Nile. It was. I liked it. It was. Uh, stuff. I haven't told you any of the years these came out. You're online. You could probably check it out. I mean, if you wanted to. This is the 10th anniversary edition. Julia Stiles, Heath Ledger, 10 Things I Hate About You. I want to say I saw it at the theater when it came out. I was going to look for the year, but Red 2, Retired, Extremely Dangerous. 2. Bruce Willis. Who's that? Helen Mirren. John Malkovich. The lady from Weeds. I was wrong. This one's John Malkovich. That one is Anthony Hopkins. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Okay, Mary Louise Parker, Helen Mirren, and Byung-Hun Lee. I don't know if I said that correctly, and I apologize if I screwed it up. Hilarious, even better than the original. Bill Zwecker, Chicago Sun-Times. It had its moments. Personally, I like the first one better. It had Ernest Borgnine in it, and he was, if they had hired him, he would have done the second one. He was like, oh, I had fun. I mean, it was just, he had like this much of a part and this much of a movie. So it was like, House Guest. Not to be confused with House Sitter, starring Goldie Hawn, Steve Martin. This is House Guest, starring Phil Hartman, Sinbad. Sinbad's character is on the run from some bad guys that he owes money to. He ends up meeting Phil Hartman's character at the airport, who mistakes him for an old friend that he met at a summer camp or something like that, and who's now a famous dentist, played by Ron Glass, who was on the television series Barney Miller. I liked it. It had its moments. Fat Albert. Kenan Thompson. My favorite scene was when he meets Bill Cosby character, and it's like, I'm looking for Bill Cosby. Oh, I was supposed to be Fat Albert. That was a terrible Fat Albert. Wasn't even good John Wayne. But they were trying to figure out a way to include Bill Cosby into it, I guess. And because I don't want to give the movie away if you haven't seen it, but because he's from the cartoon, same with his buddies. Rudy. No, Rudy didn't come out. Did Rudy? No, I think that was supposed to be Rudy. I don't know. Anyway, they all come out of the television because the girl's watching the cartoon. It's supposed to take place in South Philly because that's where the cartoon was set, where Bill Cosby is from, I believe. And I believe he did all the voices for the cartoon originally. I could be wrong on that. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But I know the new rendition, if there was a new rendition, it's like one or two people are doing the voices for everybody. Or no, each person is a separate person. I don't know. I don't watch the cartoon. But anyway, Fat Albert goes to Bill Cosby's house, which wasn't actually his house in the movie. It was like another place somewhere. Uh, but he rings the bell. Bill Cosby's going up the stairs, and he's like, always when you get up the stairs. So he turns around, comes back down. So then, he's like, Fat Albert asks to see Mr. Cosby. And Bill opens up the door. He's like, are you his dad? Because Bill Cosby asks, who is it? Fat Albert. Yeah, right. Then they have a little discussion about why he's losing his color. His shirt turns from like this bright red, orange looking thing to a faded, washed out thing. And his dark blue jeans are a lighter shade. So it's like they have a little discussion as to why. And then, of course, they do the little rap at the street house. I don't say house party, but it was a block party where it's like everyone on the celebrating someone's birthday. I think it was supposed to be, and they do this like whole thing, and everyone's like, whatever. I don't know. They end up rapping because it was a new thing to them, because you figure rap wasn't necessarily rap when the cartoon originally came out. Showtime. Eddie Murphy, Robert De Niro. I bought this used at from a video store. And it's kind of scratched up. So I'm not sure if I'm getting every scene when I watch the movie. William Shatner, Rene Russo, Frankie Faison, not Chris Rock. Give me a second. I don't know. There was a scene where it's like, I don't know. I know there was one scene where he comes into the office wearing a solid blue shirt. In most of the scenes, he's wearing some plaid type thing, to which, but this time he's wearing something solid, to which his character comes in and says, I know your problem. You're always wearing plaid. You're always wearing plaid. You should wear something solid. In that scene, he is wearing a solid color. But it's like, yeah, thanks for giving me the advice in which I'm actually wearing a solid color shirt. Thanks. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of, that part could have been thought out a little bit better, where it's like, maybe had Rene Russo told the De Niro character, maybe you wear something solid. And then he's like, oh, I think about it. And then Eddie Murphy's character tells him, and he's like, so either that, or Eddie Murphy's character tells him and he's wearing a plaid shirt. Then Rene Russo's character tells him like later, he's right, you should. Where were you when you weren't there when he said that? How do you know? I don't know. That would have been better, I think. But he was wearing a solid shirt when he's told by the Eddie Murphy character. Deadpool. I saw this at the theater when it came out. I believe I've seen it once since I've had it. It's a good movie. Give it a thumbs up. Might not be your cup of tea. Ooh, I don't like tea. Stains my tea. Sorry, just still trying to figure out what I did with the movie. Watch Out, We're Mad. It's in my room. It's that's the thing, and I don't know where I put it, and that's kind of bugging me. And then, of course, John Wick. If you haven't seen it, that's all right. Dean Winters, who does the Mayhem character on for the insurance company. Sometimes you're distracted, and the little girl, whatever, on her phone, something, and then you get into an accident, and I don't know, whatever. But he's in this movie, and I mentioned on his birthday, which I believe was the 20th of July. He's in the truck that's getting like knocked around by John Wick's character in another vehicle, and all I could in that scene was like mayhem, like him. Uh, uh, yeah, it was. Then there was a sequel, John Wick 2, and then there's a third one with. I was that close to saying Katy Perry. Halle Berry. See, it was close. Katy Perry, Halle Berry. It rhymed, unlike Cary Grant and Clark Gable. They had the same initials. That's the thing. Today's birthday, July 21st, is Ike Eisenman, who was in Escape to Witch Mountain in 1975 and Return from Witch Mountain in 1978. He also played like the sheriff, I believe, in the movie Race to Witch Mountain that starred The Rock and the kids and the one lady. And I said, and it was like at the beginning of the movie is there, and then towards the end of the movie they get to a small town, which is about here, and then he and Kim Richards, who was in the original Escape to and Return from, they play characters, and then it's like they leave that town, and that was the end of their scenes. 1975. That would probably explain why I don't remember it so well. I mean, I remember seeing it. I could have sworn I saw it at the theater. I would have been maybe 4 when it came out. So I don't know if it was like re-released or something. I don't know. Also celebrated birthdays today, July 21st. Director Norman Jewison, Josh Hartnett, who was in the movie with Harrison Ford where they play cops. Bad cop, no donut. It's not Showtime. Give me a second. Hollywood Homicide. That was it. Hollywood Homicide. He was also in Lucky Number 11. Slevin. Yeah, it was the name of a racehorse in which Bruce Willis and a bunch of other people. John Lovitz, Lance Guest, who was in The Last Starfighter, 1984. Rory Culkin, who was in Signs. Art Hindle, who was in Porky's, 1981, and Speed Zone, 1989. As always, they have been in other things, but these are the ones I think most people would be like, oh, man. Adrian King, who played Alice in Friday the 13th, 1980. George Wallace, comedian. I believe he's an actor too, type, but I'm not. He's more of a stand-up comedian. Excuse me. Jamie Waylett, who played Vincent Crabbe in Harry Potter movies. Hattie Jones, who played Madeline in Madeline, 1998. Susan Swift, she was in stuff. I was going to write it down, and I was like, Godfrey, Steve Byrne, who was on the show Sullivan and Son, 2012 to 2014. He's a stand-up comic. So he ended up having that. He played a drunk guy in not Wedding Crashers. The one where they go on like couples retreat. I believe it was called Couples Retreat. Cat Stevens, Lilius White, and to the late Edward Herman, who was in The Lost Boys, 1987, and Overboard, also 1987. This Overboard starred Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. The Lost Boys was Kiefer Sutherland, Jason Patric, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Barnard Hughes played Grandpa. He had an old farts drawer in the or shelf, whatever, in the refrigerator. Which, you don't touch the old farts drawer. That was Edward Herman, by the way. Don Knotts, Molly Sugden is how I always said it. She was Mrs. Slocum on the show Are You Being Served? She was the one always talking about her pussy. It's British humor. It's her cat. Ernest Hemingway, Chuck Lowe, Bill Pertwee, who was in Dad's Army. There was a movie, I guess, and then like a TV series. It was England, out of Britain, whatever. And to the late Robin Williams, July 21st. Late Robin Williams' birthday. That was out of the top 100 of 1,192. I'm sure there were more birthdays. There were people I didn't recognize. Sorry, I might not be all here right now with stuff, and I'm not going to try and bring you down. I don't want to bring you down. I hope all is well with you. Stay hydrated. I'm drinking my water in my Arizona Mucho Mango drink. According to this, the whole can is 250 calories, and vitamin C, I'm getting 40% of my daily recommended thing from that. So with the water, with that, I'm trying to stay hydrated. But I am wearing my Bud Spencer shirt today. I wore it yesterday, but I was only out for like maybe an hour, 2 maybe. Figure I went to get I went to get this and a couple of Dr. Peppers, and then I saw a friend when I was doing that. We talked for a bit, and she was like confused as to why the trash cans were all it was like someone dumped them or moved them around or something. She was like, I have no idea. And I was like, well, maybe they held a rave here or something. And it was there was someone getting fuel at the gas pump right there, like right near where we were talking. And he looked over and he joked, well, didn't you know that the homeless hold a fight here? Or, and it was just one of those. I didn't hear him. I had my face mask on, and I heard my heartbeat. It was just because, I'm trying to pay attention to what she's saying. He's saying something on the other side of a vehicle, uh, and there's just like traffic noises. So I wasn't really paying attention to what he was saying because I was trying to pay attention to the person I was talking to, which at the moment I believe is myself. Hi, how are you? Uh, yeah, I think I don't know. I was gonna actually watch the movie, Watch Out, We're Mad, to watch it again to see if that was the Buggy movie, and I don't. It just. I mean, it wasn't performed in English. I would love to get the Bud Spencer, Terrence Hill movies uh, that are dubbed in English so I can watch them. I'm going on 37 minutes here. I'll let you go. Thank you for watching. I hope all is well. I really do. Stay hydrated. Eat healthy. Uh, have a snack. It's like the song Sunscreen. Uh, be kind to your body or knees. Your knees. You'll miss them when they're gone. Uh, I don't know. There was other stuff. It was like bits of advice that something. I don't. 37. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope all is well with you. Uh, take care.